What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some proof that British humor is truly one of a kind. So, here in the United States, we don't know much about Britain and British culture, but one thing that you guys are definitely known for, even here in the US, is your very funny, very unique sense of humor. So, today, I want to take a look at some of these examples of British humor from the internet and see what I think. So, let's take a look here. Starting with, this says, the guy from the TV license knocked on my auntie's door. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is already very, very British. You guys have a thing with like a TV license, or I'm kind of aware of this, like something you got to renew every year or something. So, okay, I understand it enough. The guy from the TV license knocked on my auntie's door, and she said that she doesn't have a telly. And then the TV license guy said, yeah, but you've got an aerial on your roof? An aerial. This is so British. What? I need a translator. An aerial on your roof? If it's for the TV, is that like a satellite? That must be like a satellite dish or something like that on the roof. Okay. So the auntie said, man, am I killing all the humor by not understanding what we're talking about? No. We can save this. I do understand. The TV license guy knocked on my auntie's door, and she said she doesn't have a television. And then the TV license guy said, but you've got an aerial on your roof. And then auntie replied, well, I've got a pint of milk in the fridge. Doesn't mean that I've got a cow in the kitchen. What? Wait, that's actually brilliant. That's actually the perfect response. And then slammed the door shut. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. We got to it. That is a good example of British humor. Very quippy, very quick and witty, and very sarcastic, and a good analogy to boot. I've got a pint of milk in the fridge, but it doesn't mean I have a cow in the kitchen. That's amazing. That TV license guy probably quit his job after that. Okay, let's keep going here. It says, I accidentally wore a green shirt in Asda. What is Asda? Okay, maybe I don't understand this one. What is Asda? It's a place. It's a place in Britain. I accidentally wore a green t-shirt in Asda. Long story short, I'm now covering Sandra's shift on Sunday. What are we talking about? Hold on. Let me Google Asda real quick. Asda is a supermarket company in Britain. Okay, that actually worked really well. Asda, according to Google, is a supermarket. I accidentally wore a green t-shirt in the Asda supermarket. Long story short, I'm now covering Sandra's shift on Sunday. Wait, okay. Do workers at Asda like all wear green shirts? So you looked like an employee of Asda. I get it. I think I've got it. By God, I've got it. We saved this one as well. Long story short, I'm now covering Sandra's shift. That is funny. It's even funnier when you understand what the heck they're talking about. Okay, this is text messages or Says, I laughed more than I should have. Okay, so this is funny. It's already telling me that this is laugh worthy. So they're messaging. They said, how is Ruth? And he answered, we split up, mate. Oh. Oh no, so you're ruthless. How long have you been waiting to crack that one? Oh no, I'd rather not say. Oh no. Really? I mean, you gotta, I don't know. I was gonna say you gotta admire the dedication. This is like the most dad joke ever. You guys have dad jokes, right? In Britain, like really corny, really cheesy. You split up with Ruth, so you're ruthless. Okay, that was not the most incredible example of British humor, but when it's right there for the taking, I guess you got to do the joke. British people right before they completely insult somebody. I mean, bless her. I love her to bits, but it's, well, there's that's funny. There's a little bit of this sometimes in the US where not quite like this. I know what you're saying. Is this common in Britain where it's like first you have to say you gotta like cover your bases and be like, I love her. She's great, but man, does she annoy me when she leaves her dirty sandals in my bed. Like that's funny. Yeah, that's the proper way to talk crap about someone, I guess. It says, my mom was too embarrassed to tell the vet that our tortoise. You have a pet tortoise? Oh my God. My mom was too embarrassed to tell the vet that our tortoise was called Voldy Tort. So she just said his name was Susan. It's a man tortoise, and you went with Susan? Come on. Also, Voldy Tort. That's funny. For one, that you shouldn't be embarrassed by that. I bet the vet would love to have heard that its name was Voldy Tort. No, you don't need to be embarrassed. He would have loved that. It's funny. It says, my guy was highly intoxicated. Okay, so that's the premise, I guess. So my boyfriend comes home last night, absolutely smashed, gets undressed, and just stands there in my room. So I'm like, are you coming to bed? And he goes, no, thank you. I'm sure you're lovely. Oh, he's drunk. So, no, thank you. I'm sure you're lovely. But I have a girlfriend. And then he went to sleep on the floor. Wait, what? So this is very wholesome. So her boyfriend came home drunk and thought this was another one. I mean, if he genuinely thought another girl was in his bed, or wouldn't that be like a home invader? Shouldn't he be like really alarmed and scared? Or you know what? He was smashed. He didn't know what the hell was going on with anything. So logic goes out the window. But you know what? That's wholesome. That she said, aren't you coming to bed? And he thought it was another woman. Didn't even recognize his own girlfriend. And then was like, no, no, no. I'm sure you're lovely, but I have a girlfriend. That's sweet. In a weird drunk way. Jamie said, think we could all do with this message, to be fair. Okay. Get your shit together and start acting like an effing adult. I think you've got the wrong number, but you're right. Yes. We really all. That is the best wrong number message ever. And yes, I think no matter who you are, this generally applies to everyone. So this is actually like, especially if you need motivation, if you just randomly get this message, I think you've got the wrong number, but you're right. this could go to like anybody and be helpful. Wow. We could all do with this message. That is an amazing misdial, wrong message. My 10-year-old brother called to tell me that he had a girlfriend and then sent me this. Okay. Her scrunchie is on my wrist. Oh my goodness. Sounds pretty serious. Look at this kid. This is talk. This is wholesome. This is, oh my, this is funny. For one thing, don't even. I got her scrunchie on my wrist. Wow, that's getting serious. Look how happy he is. That's amazing. And also, you can't really even laugh at him. You can't make fun of him because it's like, I definitely didn't have a girlfriend when I was 10 years old. I would have been doing this too. Oh my God. I would have had just as big a smile. Her scrunchie's on his wrist at 10 years of age. Good for him. Oh my God. I was just like kicking rocks in the backyard. Um, I find it so weird how you spend 2 hours a week with your driving instructor talking shit about life and then you pass your test and never see them again. Miss you, bro. What is? Um, in the US, you don't really have a driving instructor that you go to 2 hours a week? Wow. I mean, you can go to like a driver's ed course in school or like at the DMV or but we don't really go to like a driving instructor for 2 hours a week. Is that normal in Britain? I guess. But anyway, I this is more like your barber or something. Like you go see this person once every 2 or 3 months or whatever, and you just tell them everything about life, and then you just don't see them again. Maybe never again if you like go to a different barber. And there is something strange about that. So I can relate to this isn't really funny so much as like oddly philosophical whatever. But, interesting to think about. Peak UK moment when a Victorian street is unveiled by massive potholes. What? Is this true? Um, this is amazing. Wait, what? So, obviously, the UK is very old. So, you guys actually have like beautiful Victorian brick roads that have been paved over? Like, that would never happen in the United States because anything like this is like a treasure to us. I guess this is so common in the UK, like old roads and stuff. Like, it's whatever, it's a dime a dozen. You can just pave over them and be like, yeah, there's a million of those. I don't think that would happen here because they're like very rare. It's a nice road. So when you guys get potholes, it unveils, it reveals these ancient, beautiful roads. That is odd. That is the weirdest UK peak moment. I agree. Wow. My mates just asked me, should we go to Tesco Express or Tesco Extra? What is that? And my head fell off. Surely everyone knows it's called Big Tesco or Little Tesco? Is that the rule? So these are like, okay, Tesco is a grocery store in the UK. I know that. So there's like Tesco Express, like the quick one, the small one, I guess. Tesco Extra, which sounds big. But you don't call them by the brand name. It's like big, let's go to Big Tesco. The big, I like that. I feel like we'd have the same logic here in the US, actually. I like that. It says, I'm still dying at the time my driving instructor, frickin' driving instructors, I guess this is a common thing in the UK. I'm dying at the time my driving instructor sent me a text. This text the day before my test. Steve, the driving instructor, said, Morning, Caitlin. I'm sorry for this, but I can't make it to the lesson. I have to go to A and E as I'm bleeding from my ass? This is a text? So I better get it checked out quickly. Steve. I don't know what this says about British culture. You guys are very open, very... Or maybe this is abnormal to you as well. That's very blunt. That's, I mean, yeah, you should get it checked out. What's A&E? Like the urgent care or like the emergency room or something? Yeah, couldn't this have just been like, I can't make it today. Sorry about that. Emergency. Why did you have to go into the detail? What? Okay. And with that, oh, that's it. That's the last one. Okay. This was very interesting. I mean, it's funny because some of these were like jokes, some of these are like memes, some of these are just like a glimpse into like British conversations that I should never have maybe had the chance to. I'm seeing behind the veil, like what when British people text with each other, and it's funny. It's very real. And it's funny, and this is proof that British humor is one of a kind. Very unique, very funny. I like it. Very witty, sarcastic, strange at times, but good. So anyway, I enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these funny British humor examples, or your thoughts on any of this. That'd be fun to hear about. If you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.